Today I've gotten together some more questions, some more myths. I want to hear a lawyer's perspective.
Got it, let's go.
This first one is, if the police ask you a question, you must answer it.
No, absolutely not. You don't have to do that. You have the right to remain silent. That's like law 101.
If you sign a contract, you are locked in no matter what. You have to do the letter of the contract.
There's circumstances where you might not have to perform the duties that are required under a contract. For example, call it force majeure, or like it's something external happens that's so crazy that it renders it impossible to do the contract. Let me give you an example. We entered into a contract that we are going to have a concert at Little John Coliseum in Clemson.
Okay.
And you're gonna play the ukulele. And that's right, everybody's fired up. The Friday before the concert, it burns down. Are you still obligated to go sit on the ashes and play the ukulele? No, of course not.
Okay.
So you're not 100% locked in, but you are committing yourself to those promises if you enter into a valid, enforceable contract. And if you don't do what that contract says, and there's not some crazy event that gives you justification in breaching the contract, then you can be held civilly liable. There could be punitive damages. Bad things happen when you break contracts. Keep your word.
If no one presses charges, the prosecutor can't proceed.
That's not true at all. So the way our criminal justice system works here in South Carolina specifically is a complaint is made. A citizen says, "Hello, Mr. Policeman, somebody broke into my house." The police investigate. If they can establish probable cause that someone did it, they go to a judge and they get a warrant to have that person arrested and charged with that crime. Let's say that they start investigating. My God, they figure out it's your cousin. And now you're like, oh crap, I don't want to get cousin Eddie in trouble. I'm gonna call the police and say, hey, I'm not pressing charges. Problem here is, doesn't matter. They don't have to stop if they don't want to stop. We know now that a crime's been committed, right? We came into your house, we dusted for fingerprints. You've made a statement to us already that someone came in. And now that we've discovered it's your second cousin, we can't do anything about that. That's true even for the victims of sexual assault, violence, murder. The state is who brings the charge, not the victim. And so that's what's important to understand there.
All right, so here we have lawyers only get paid if they win.
That's the way I work. That's not true for most lawyers, but for what we do in the injury world, almost all personal injury plaintiffs lawyers work on what's called a contingency fee basis. We represent working people. We represent people who sometimes they have a lot of money, sometimes they're dead broke, but they come from all spectrums of life. What most of them don't have the ability to do is to pull out their checkbook, particularly in a moment of crisis, and write a $25,000 check for a retainer for a lawyer. And that's how big companies hire their lawyers. That's how insurance companies do it. That's how big corporations do it. But that's not how average everyday Americans can do it. They just can't afford to do it. So how do they get access to justice? Contingency fees. And what that means is we say, hey, we'll take on all the risk, front all the expenses of the litigation, put all of our professional time and service into the case. And if for any reason the case does not work and you do not make a recovery, we will take nothing, depending on how the contract is written. But it says, if we do make a recovery, we take a percentage of whatever we can. And contingency fee contracts I've seen range all the way from 10% to 40%. But I would say the industry average is probably around 1/3.
All right, our next myth is that marrying someone who is a citizen of the United States automatically makes you a citizen as well.
Well, as you know, Aaron, I'm a wrongful death lawyer, not an immigration attorney, but I do know that that is not true, that marrying a citizen doesn't automatically get you citizenship. It does kind of start you on that pathway. I think it makes you eligible to go ahead and apply for a green card. But yeah, no, it's not one of those deals where there's my ticket, I'm getting married, and I'm gonna become a citizen. There's also become, I understand, so much more stringent vetting. Is the marriage genuine, or is this a sham marriage, to help out with the immigration process?
All right, Chris, that was really interesting. Thanks for your perspective.
Always.